Listen up. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast belong solely to the podcast participants, and not to any participant's employer, organization, committee, or other group or individual. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. You know, for fun. So lighten up and enjoy. Oh, God. I'm very confused.
Why?
I don't feel like I know how to work anything anymore.
Why?
I don't know. It's just how I feel.
Because you keep buying equipment.
Yeah, I know. I'm still getting used to this new microphone. It's so big and cylindrical and thick and hanging right in my face.
Are you intimidated by the microphone?
No, yours is not.
Mine's as short as stubby.
Yeah. Yours is short and stubby.
Short and stubby and to the point.
Yep. Well, welcome to episode 67 of the Soft Serve podcast. I don't know what we're talking about. Do you?
There's a list in front of us.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about blah, 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 blah. That was Stomping Jen. Very good. So, we're going to talk about stuff. We hope you'll listen to us, and we'll see you on the other side of this bumpa.
The Soft Serve Podcast.
Creamy, delicious ideas without the creepy truck.
Oh, one day it will roll into our driveway. The creepy, creepy truck. It will pull up. The door will open. A hooded figure with indeterminate features will wave to me and say, "Sawtooth, come into the creepy truck, Sawtooth. Let me take you away from your life." And I will say, "Fuck you, hooded figure with an indeterminate face. I like my life. Do not take me away from it." And the hooded figure will slowly close the door and say to me, "Beware."
Take
then
care.
It will put the creepy truck in reverse. Beep, 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 beep.
Then the pod dog will chase after it.
Then our dog will chase after it. And then it will drive away.
What a pretty picture.
Oh, God. I do pray for the creepy truck to take me away. Not Calgon. The creepy truck. Take me away, please. So, welcome to episode 67, folks. I'll be honest.
Did you not think we were going to get here?
I didn't think we were going to get here.
You know that you say that every single week.
We should really take bets on whether or not we're going to get to episode 100.
That's only how many? 23?
20? No.
33.
33. Fuck no. We're not making it.
Math.
We're not going to make it.
We will. We can make it if we try.
You really think we can make it if we try?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, what are we talking about today?
I don't know. A whole bunch of stuff.
All right. If you say so.
Mm-hmm.
We want to ask people, listeners.
Who's our new listeners this week?
I didn't even look.
What?
Should I go over to the computer and look?
No, you should not.
It'll take me 2 seconds.
No, you should not.
Why not?
Because
I want to know who is listening.
Listen, you know how we'll know?
How?
When they engage with us.
No. People just like to listen and maybe not necessarily engage.
Are we not engageable?
I don't engage with the podcasts I listen to at all.
All right, that's fair.
I mean, I just listen to them, and our download numbers are going up.
Okay.
So
that sounds great.
making some adjustments here.
Oh my goodness. Do you want to talk about these lovely drinks that you made us?
Yeah, why don't you tell people while I'm fucking with my microphone?
Well, we made some cowboy coffee, but it's all gone.
What is cowboy coffee? Tell people.
So apparently it's Trader Joe's instant coffee. And it's not called cowboy coffee, so don't go looking for it.
No, a friend of ours was calling it cowboy coffee, and I was running around Trader Joe's like a maniac looking for cowboy coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I think I even asked somebody who works there, do you have cowboy coffee? And they looked at me and they were like, what the hell is cowboy coffee?
Mm-hmm. And then we discovered it is literally just their instant coffee.
It's their instant coffee.
But it has cream and sugar it's like a packet.
Yeah, it's in little pouches.
Right.
Pouches.
Pouched instant
Pouches.
coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
right.
And we stuck some Baileys in it.
Yeah.
Hence, it's all gone.
Oh, you drank it already?
Mine's
Oh my God. I'm
all gone.
trying to sip mine slowly.
Well,
Is that why you burped?
Then it gets cold.
You get cold.
No, I mean the cold.
I don't get cold. You get cold.
You can't let the cowboy coffee get cold.
No, you don't want to let the cowboy coffee get cold, but, you know. You should enjoy it, too.
I did.
I mean, it will stay warm for a while.
I enjoyed it immensely.
All right, fine. You
Now
enjoyed it immensely.
Now it's all gone.
All right. So, I was going to say last week we had, what was it? I said Ohio, listeners in Ohio, and where else? There was a country.
South Africa? No.
Was it South Africa?
No.
I think it was South Africa.
It doesn't.
No, it was. It was
that
South
out loud.
Africa. Yeah, South Africa.
Okay.
I don't have any South African music.
Thank God.
Hold on, let me see if I do have some.
No.
I think I
That
have
was not
some.
an invitation to go searching
I think I do have some.
music.
Hold on. South Africa. No, I don't have any. Sorry.
Boy.
Oh, no. I do have some. Hold on.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on. I have it right here.
That.
South African
I
music.
hate this fucking music.
All right, well, I've got to play it at least once an episode. You don't really hate it, you know that.
I actually do.
Do you really?
Uh-huh.
That makes me sad.
It's like the worst music ever.
You're wrong about that. You really don't enjoy it? All right, fine. I enjoy it. I don't care if you don't. Well, I do care. It makes me sad that you don't enjoy it.
You don't have to like the same music.
All right, shall we move on to telling people what's going on?
Sure. Let's do it.
Well, we didn't tell people. So if you are listening to this podcast, if you've stumbled across us somehow, we'd like to ask you to subscribe to it, download, share with a friend, leave us reviews. We like reviews, even though nobody leaves them. But if you enjoy it, maybe somebody else does. So, without further ado, we're going to go into what? News? News and shout-outs.
Shout-outs.
Okay, here we go.
Oh. Doom-doom-doom-doom-doom-doom-doom-doom.
I played the right one this week.
Do-do-do-do-do.
I definitely played the right one. All right. Well, last week, I updated people on the fact that I was suffering from migraines. And I heroically still did a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Valiantly did a podcast.
Post-migraine?
Yeah, on the same day I had a migraine. I did a podcast.
Yeah.
And I went almost a week without having a migraine until Sunday, where I had another migraine. This past Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We're recording this on a Tuesday night. Excuse me. I'm suffering from a bit of a cold. So I went almost a whole week without having a migraine. I was feeling good, and then blammo. Got hit with a migraine.
Yeah.
I'm doing the best I can, though.
Mm-hmm.
So here I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Now, should we move up the next discussion and call our guest
Sure.
first? Okay.
Yeah, it's been enough time.
All right. So we have a guest. What's it called? Murray's Keeper?
Murray's Keeper.
Murray's Keeper is going to join us for the first time on the podcast. Now, who is Murray's Keeper?
We'll find out.
All right. I'm going to call Murray's Keeper right now, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Do you hear?
I hear.
All right, the phone is ringing.
The phone is ringing.
Oh, good grief. I think it's Murray's Keeper. Hello, Murray's Keeper.
Hello.
Welcome to the Soft Serve podcast.
Oh, wow. This is exciting.
We're excited to have you. I was just saying to Stomping Jen, who is Murray's Keeper? Who are you? What do you want to say, Murray's Keeper?
Who am I? I'm the keeper of Murray.
Okay. Is Murray a person, a plant, an animal?
No, Murray's a pain in the ass black lab.
I see. Okay. And
can I swear? Is that okay?
Yes, it's totally
absolutely.
fine.
Okay.
We encourage swearing on the Soft Serve
Now,
podcast.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
You say Murray is a pain in the ass. Could you describe some of the pain in the ass behaviors that Murray has engaged in?
He enjoys eating socks and gloves and then puking them up.
Oh my God, that is annoying.
Does he still do that?
Yeah, he was like the other day, my husband was just hanging out with him and he just started coughing and then he just barfed up a green glove.
Oh my God.
We're not quite sure when he ate it, where it came from, but yeah.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Well, in addition to being the keeper of a pain in the ass dog named Murray's Keeper, we wanted to have you on because you're somewhat of a well-known expert in the art of brewing coffee with the Chemex coffee device.
Actually, I don't think she uses the Chemex.
No, I'm not.
Oh, she isn't?
No, she started this whole thing because she gifted me a bag of coffee that was whole beans.
Right.
Oh, what is she doing here?
Because she also was my InstantPot consultant for a brief period of time.
That's right. I do know. I also use a French press, which is far less douchey than a Chemex. But
it is. We'll get into the douchiness of the Chemex in a minute.
Yes, but Murray's Keeper started this whole shenanigans with the coffee because of the.
Well, I got for her birthday. I got her some beaned coffee from Monsoon, and she surprised me by telling me that not only did you not have a coffee maker, you also didn't have a coffee grinder.
Right.
Yeah, we had none of the coffee accessories.
Yeah. Despite our ultra cool appearance to everyone who observes us, you're right. We had no coffee grinder. We had no manual coffee brewing capabilities.
I think you have. What do you have? Like a Keurig?
Oh yeah, Keurig.
It makes the world's worst coffee.
It does.
It does. Having fully experienced douchey Chemex coffee, I now agree with that.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Well, it's really funny
the Keurig.
I think when we first got married, or when we were first living together, right, we had a French press for
we did have a French press.
quite a long time, and that's how we made coffee.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever had
you should go back. I mean,
the French press.
That's better than the Keurig.
But you had a whole, we were gifted a Keurig from a friend who works there years ago, who's now rich on Keurig stock.
Yeah, I don't know if you should be talking about all of that.
We didn't say his name.
That's true.
So, yeah. So that's how we got, and he gifted us with all this pods. So like we've just had the Keurig machine for a really long time.
Yeah.
Well, now you've upgraded.
Yes. So Murray's Keeper got me a bag of whole bean coffee,
right,
which triggered this whole chain of events.
Well, you brought it home and you put it on the counter, and we just sat there and stared at it. We were like, "This is a lovely gift, but we don't know what to do with it." And so then Stomping Jen was like, "Well, we're gonna have to find a way to brew this." Mm-hmm. And then what happened?
Oh, actually, so I visited the Monsoon Roastery
Monsoon?
Yeah, so
See, I thought it was called Monson,
No.
like the town.
No.
But you're saying it's Monsoon.
There's two O's.
Yeah.
There's two O's.
Okay.
Monsoon Roastery is the really nice coffee roastery
Yeah.
in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And they have a really cool place that we visited. Did we talk about that last week?
No, you didn't talk about the
field trip?
store. No.
Oh. So Murray's Keeper, you've been there, yes? No?
No, I have not, but they come to the farmer's market at
Right.
my work.
Ah, and that's how you procured the beans.
Right.
That is how I procured the beans.
Yes.
Right.
Now, I will be in Springfield tomorrow.
Oh, you should go there.
Is it near
It's not
Dwight Street?
No, I'd have to tell you how to get there.
Okay.
No, if you're over near Dwight, that's over by like the X. You should go get some good Vietnamese food.
Yeah.
Maybe Murray's Keeper will meet you for.
I'm busy.
lunch.
I'm
Murray's
in-
Keeper can give you a tour of the area.
I will be in court tomorrow.
Oh,
That's
Yes.
not fun. That's not fun for anybody.
Yeah. So I will not be able to go on a tour, but thank you, Murray's Keeper. I would like a tour someday of Springfield.
Yeah. So
Now,
I was at Monsoon Roastery,
Yes.
and they had the Chemex, which I'm familiar with because other people I know have a Chemex.
mm-hmm.
And they're actually a local company here in Western Massachusetts.
Chemex.
Uh-huh. They're out of Chicopee, Mass.
Yeah, I was surprised to learn that.
they are?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
See, Murray's Keeper is surprised, just
Yeah.
like I was.
Yeah.
That's what I think I said,
thought-
too.
I think she should
Yeah.
switch from the French press and learn how to make.
Well, I only use the French press now for when I make cold brew.
Well, so Sawtooth made a giant ass jug full of iced coffee using the Chemex.
Yeah.
For the week.
Really?
Yeah, but it's not cold brew. I hot brewed it all, and then I let it cool down, and I threw it in a giant mason jar and shoved it in the fridge.
All right, so you didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
brew
it's
it
not real.
cold.
It's not real cold brew. Now let me ask you, Murray's Keeper, do you prefer cold brew coffee?
No, I very rarely drink cold coffee.
Wrong answer. Cold brew coffee.
I'm sorry.
Cold brew coffee, in my opinion, is superior to all other forms of coffee.
I only like cold.
So it's not the wrong answer. It's just a different answer. And
There are
it's
only
my answer. It's my truth.
Okay, all
And
right.
I can own it. And
Okay.
so what I typically in like the summertime months, because I can't drink cold coffee in the winter,
Hmm.
I like to bring some cold brew to work. I bring it in like a jar and then I fill it up with ice and put some milk in it for my afternoon treat.
It sounds like a good
So
treat.
and like
Yeah.
then I have the ice cubes, like we'll dilute it enough with some milk, and then it's a good afternoon treat. But I always have hot coffee in the morning,
Even in the summer.
even in the summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I like cold coffee in the summer.
Interesting.
only I'll my morning coffee has to be hot.
We are like polar opposites, Murray's Keeper.
Do you put sugar in your
No,
coffee?
Never.
He drinks it black.
Oh, good. Thank goodness.
Never.
So that's one good thing.
Black.
Yeah,
Black.
no, but I only, well, now that we have this stupid Chemex machine thing, I do drink hot coffee, but normally I only drink cold coffee.
Really?
Yeah, things may be changing.
I like the nitro cold brew.
Oh,
But
those are good.
Those
Nitro.
are so good. But
I had some friends in town that had they used to have a kegerator in their basement,
See?
and then they stopped with putting, kegs of beer in it because they just couldn't drink them. So they ended up putting cold brew on tap.
I'm
It's
telling
great.
you, this is the
Great.
way to go.
Now,
we
will-
need a kegerator.
Will
in this
cold brew
house.
keep that long? It seems like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not you. It's like an eighth keg, or I mean, it's like
okay,
not a
small.
Yeah, it's not like you're making a half barrel of cold brew.
Yeah.
We need to invest in a kegerator. That
We
should
do?
be our next appliance. That we
Oh God.
Do you think you could hook the Chemex up to a kegerator?
Oh my God. So Sawtooth, like we have this dream of building in the basement a kegerator thing to make seltzer that has a line that runs up into the kitchen.
It's not really a dream.
You could do it.
A dream feels like something that's like out of
Unattainable.
reach, or just like, so you have to invest so much energy in it, it might as well be out of reach.
I
That's
think
what a
that-
dream feels like.
I think it
to
is
me.
a dream. We've
It's
been
not.
talking about this for like 3 years.
I think you should do it.
I just have to drill a hole in the floor and run a line up.
Uh-huh.
That's easy.
I'll come drink your bubbly. Well, and get the kegerator.
Space Unicorn wants us to get a refrigerator that has a ice machine in it.
Oh,
We're like,
And a seltzer dispenser.
no, just a ice machine.
oh, that would be a good hack.
That would be
to
amazing.
hack a-
How do we do that?
That's easy.
What, you say that?
Everything's easy.
It'll happen in maybe 20 years. Now, Murray's keeper is very capable. Maybe she could help with this project.
With YouTube,
She built an outdoor shower.
Everything
That's
is
true.
easy. Did you use YouTube to build your outdoor shower?
No, I made my own plan. I did actually have a plumber come and do the plumbing part
Yeah.
for this one, but I have taken apart my washing machine and fixed that. So
See?
That's
and
impressive.
I used YouTube for that.
See?
Yep.
Capable human.
Yeah, I used.
I had to replace the water pump in it,
Stomping
which you apparently have to
Jen.
take like the whole thing apart to replace the water pump.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it would be an easy fix. Like they wouldn't stick that right on the outside, so you could be like,
Yeah, it
"Oh,
wasn't
hey."
hard. It was not hard though. It just I labeled all the parts as I took them off and numbered them, and then just moved backwards on the way back. The part itself was like $20.
Oh, that's smart.
So it took like an hour to take it apart and then half hour to put it back together.
When our well broke, I used YouTube to diagnose and fix the pressure switch.
See,
YouTube is awesome.
Mhm.
it is.
All right, now Stomping Jen,
Yes.
talk about these beans that
The
we
magical
received
beans.
from Murray's Keeper, and what happened when we brewed them with the Chemex.
Well, the first time we tried to brew,
With the Chemex,
Which-
what happened?
it was it was like brown water.
Yeah,
Even in the picture, it looked terrible.
yeah,
It was pretty bad.
yeah. It was like urine with a mild kidney infection.
Yeah.
It was still clear, but just like discolored, nasty looking water.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
gross.
It was gross.
And then we had to consult all the people.
YouTube?
No, we consulted. Well, I sent the picture to you, and you mocked it.
Mm-hmm.
And then does she have a name?
Who? We'll just call her.
Does she have a name? Have we talked about her before?
No.
Mrs. K.
The floating yogi.
Yogi.
Yeah.
I sent her a message.
Yep,
and
the floating yogi.
She sent me play-by-play videos narrated about what to do and how to do it, which was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And it worked.
We just kept fucking with the recipe.
It did work, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it because you didn't have a gooseneck?
I think it is. I think that actually makes a difference. I have to be honest.
Oh, that is such bullshit.
I'll tell you why. Because I made some this morning with the pot, and I'm like trying to the pot. It just like gushes right out.
Oh my God, you did it wrong. You didn't watch me make it.
So, and then Microphone, who's been on the podcast before, also did a live video. Not for us, I
And
think.
he did not have a gooseneck
He had
water pot.
some kind of pot that he was using.
He had a
with
regular electric kettle with a spout. Now,
his video, it was like sputtering and like making all sorts of funny noises, and
Yeah.
it looked so pretty, and it was like
Now-
coffee porn, like coffee drip porn.
that's
But ours, I just feel like I dump it. I don't dump it. I try to go slowly, but it just
yeah. Now, if you'd watched me, you would have observed what I did, and I did it right. I did it the right way. So I boiled the water in the saucepan.
yes, I did the same.
Then I poured Now, you're not supposed to pour 212-degree water onto the coffee.
No,
That's
you
too
do
hot.
a little bit so it does the bloom.
207 degrees is the recommended temperature.
Did you measure the temperature?
my God.
I
of the
don't need to.
water?
I can do it.
Did you stick your finger in?
I do it all by feel. Brewing coffee is an art. It is not a science.
Are you a barista?
I'm above a barista. Whatever is
I mean, you
beyond
were
a
a
barista.
microbiologist in college.
Whatever is beyond a barista, that's me. I'm levels above a barista. Now, so I took the boiling water from the saucepan and I poured it into a Pyrex, a 4-cup Pyrex. It has a spout.
Mm-hmm.
And then, by transferring the 212-degree water into the Pyrex,
It lost 5 degrees.
it lost 5 degrees, and it was the perfect temperature, and I could carefully control the way I poured it onto the coffee grounds.
Okay. I'll try that tomorrow.
That was the correct way.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you all for confirming that I did it the correct way.
All right.
Now,
Now, what kind of grinder do you have, Murray's Keeper? We have some electric thing now.
we have a spice grinder.
It's a spice grinder.
Oh, I don't even know. They make like fancy grinders. I have I had one grinder for like 10 years or 12 years, and it finally kicked the bucket, and I don't know what I got. It's electric. It's an electric grinder.
Does it do the boogaloo?
Boogie woogie woogie.
Boogie woogie.
No.
It's electric.
Oh,
there's Murray.
There he
Murray.
is. Is he eating a glove?
No, he's barking. So he barks sometimes just at his shadow.
Okay.
If he at his own reflection, sometimes he'll bark at like the fireplace and bark at his reflection.
Does he bark at the moon?
No, he barks at dogs on TV. I think my son just woke up. I think he's barking at him.
That was a good Aussie reference. Well, if you do need to go, just let us know. You don't have to.
I will.
You don't have to,
yes.
Don't have to do a lot of pomp and circumstance. You can just say I have to go. Now, I just have to acknowledge Stomping Jen's Aussie reference. That was good. Thank you. Now, you asked a question, Stomping Jen.
I did.
You did. Was it about? And I think Murray's Keeper answered it. It was about the coffee grinder.
Oh, that it was a spice grinder.
Yeah. Now, okay. That leads me to an observation I wanted to talk about. While I was shopping for coffee grinders, I stood there in Bed Bath & Beyond.
In the Beyond section.
Right. And from left to right, they had the cheapest to most expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So all the way on the left was the one I purchased.
How much?
It was, I think, $19.
Okay.
It was a spice and coffee grinder.
Okay.
Next to that, they had one that was a deluxe, and that was like $25.
Okay.
Then next to that, they had this other one that was, you could adjust it for the coarseness of the grind, and that was like $45.
Okay.
Then next to that, they had one that was like $80. And I was like, there's no fucking
that would
way.
Make the coffee for you too?
No. But I was like, there's no fucking way I am spending $80 on a coffee grinder. Did I make the right decision?
Yeah. I think
so. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's all how long you hold the button, and then that's
right.
So you're just going to learn, like, I count to 8 when I do mine. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Like, you just got to learn how long to do it, and then you have to figure it out because you need to adjust the coarseness. Like, if you want to do cold brew or something different, it needs to be coarser. If you're doing more of like an espresso, it needs to be finer.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, I'm learning so much.
YouTube could teach you that, by the way.
So the way I decided, so I read the videos and all the things. So they all say to measure. So we have a little scale. So then I put the coffee grinder on the scale.
Oh, stop. You're not actually measuring,
Yeah.
are you?
It takes like 2 seconds. I put the coffee grinder on the scale.
Okay.
And then I turn the thing on. Mm-hmm. And then I pour the beans into 34 grams. Mm-hmm. And then I grind it, stick it in the Chemex. Do all the
what
things.
You could do, Stomping Jen, is that after you measure out your 34 grams of beans, you could figure out what that is in like a dry cup measurer.
Oh, see.
Say it's like,
so
2/3 of a
smart.
cup. And then you just need to use your 2/3 of a cup scooper going forward and not pull out your scale.
Yeah.
She's like capable and smart.
Now.
This is why we're friends. Capable, smart human being.
But will you take this information and actually apply it, Stomping
No, I'll
Jen?
probably still use the scale. 34 grams of beans. And then,
Shame on you.
And then it says you have to pour the water until it goes to like 50 grams, right? So you do the same thing because that's the bloom. And then it's like 500 something grams of water.
You're such a douche.
But it worked.
You love this. You love being a coffee douche.
But I still think we need that Bodum kettle that we saw was pretty nice at the Walmart.
The gooseneck kettle?
The gooseneck.
Yeah.
Does it do it to a certain temperature so you can get your 206 degrees or
No.
wit is that you need?
No,
it
doesn't.
It is an electric kettle though.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
And
brew
it's
it
gooseneck,
to,
and it's black. It's pretty.
It is pretty.
It was a pretty kettle.
Although I'm concerned, we have very dark countertops.
I know.
I don't think it. I think we need more of a contrast in our appliances.
Well, speaking of appliances, the other reason I thought we should talk to Murray's
Yeah,
Keeper
go ahead.
is this InstantPot
Yes.
that you've now used a couple times, and I'm still frightened to death of.
Let's be fair. I've mastered the InstantPot.
Wait, you've used it twice, 3 times.
What did you make?
All right. I've made 3 stews in it.
Oh.
Yeah. Using the pressure cooker, I made sweet potatoes in it using the pressure cooker.
Right.
And I made something else using the slow cooker, didn't I, Stomping Jen? What was it?
You expect
Help me
to
out.
remember? Some sort of meat product, I want to say.
Yeah.
It makes really good hard-boiled eggs.
Chicken.
Chicken?
I made chicken using the slow cooker.
Is it a winner chicken dinner?
I don't think so.
You can
Sheen
get,
dinner.
if you really want to blow your mind, apparently we can get a air fryer lid for the Instant Pot.
Huh, for any Instapot? I have the Instapot Duo. Which one do you have?
I may have the same one. I'm not quite
Okay.
sure, but yeah, it fits. I think most electric pressure cookers.
I wouldn't even know what to do with that
Have you
information.
have you tried Murray's Keeper air food actually cooked in this air fried style using an Instapot?
No, but several of my friends have them and rave about them and love them.
Like, I'm just scared of the buttons. Like, I don't... Like, so I made a butternut squash soup yesterday.
Yeah.
And I had to do it really late in the day, and I was like, oh, maybe I should use the Instapot. And then I looked up the recipe on the line, on the interwebs.
Okay.
And it said to, like, do something. And I was like, I don't know how to do that on this
You
thing.
just got to do it.
Saute. Do you have to saute?
Well, you had to saute, and then you had to put down the, like, low pressure. I don't know.
There's a button that
Okay,
says
did it on the
saute.
Yeah, there's a
stove.
button for that.
Yeah.
I did it on the stovetop, and you know what?
I was scared
It was-
the first time,
It was great.
but
The soup was great.
I hit the saute button. I threw some onions in there, and they began sauteing. I was like, "Oh, this is easy."
And then another
It heats up
mutual
fast.
Yeah.
mutual friend made yogurt in it, and I said, "Oh, we could maybe make yogurt."
Oh,
in
that's creepy.
Or you could just buy yogurt.
Right, you
Yeah.
could
I
just-
mean, really?
I'm with Murray's Keeper. That is way too much
I
fucking
mean-
work.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
There's a point where it's like, I'm just, you know what? I don't have time for that.
No, that's exactly what I said.
So, but do you have time for the Instapot?
Yes.
Well,
it can-
it does take a while to come up to pressure, which is really misleading.
See?
Because you're like, oh,
That-
it only needs to cook
Yeah.
for 5 minutes.
Right.
But then I've got to wait for it to get up to pressure, and then I've got to let it natural release for 20
I don't.
minutes.
I've,
you know?
I've
Well, some recipes call for it, though.
no. I always manually release.
see.
I manually release.
Manually.
I manually release the pressure.
How do you do that?
Huh? Very slowly
And carefully.
and carefully.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I make
so.
sure to cover mine with a rag so that it doesn't like spray everywhere.
Hey, that's what I do too. Interesting.
Oh boy.
No, but yeah, I never wait for it to deflate on its own or whatever you call that. Oh, shut up, Stomping Jen.
It's called a natural release.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
That's the industry term.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I don't have time to wait.
There's so much we could do with this conversation.
I'm talking about the fucking Instapot.
Boy.
I
Okay.
use mine to make like steam my beets and stuff like that. I do beets and hard boiled eggs.
See, Stomping Jen.
And actually, you can make a great risotto in the Instant Pot as well,
Mhm,
like a no stir risotto. It's really, really creamy and delicious and good.
I feel like we need an
Um,
Instapot lesson, like cooking with the Instapot.
I'll
YouTube.
send you. I have a cookbook. I'll send you the recipe. I made a mushroom risotto the other day.
Oh, we
and
have mushrooms.
It was so good, and I took the mushrooms. Like I cooked the mushrooms first in the Instant Pot. Then you take them out, and then I made the rice,
Uh-huh.
and then I took the kids' rice out, and then I added the mushrooms to what was left because they didn't want the mushrooms.
See,
but-
Yeah.
It was super good, and it was delicious. I'll send you the recipe.
we have risotto rice.
Yeah.
And mushrooms.
All right.
You should make it,
I know.
and it was easy.
Thank you, Murray's Keeper. Instapot
You're welcome.
talk.
Ta-da!
Now that we have you, I need to ask you both something.
Oh no.
No,
Is it about the natural release?
stop it. No. All right. So I was at the gym the other day.
Uh-huh.
Two things happened to me at the gym that I need external input on, because I was very disturbed by what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the first thing was I was on my way to the treadmill, leaving the water fountain station, and this guy passed me. Okay, let me describe him. He was wearing like linen workout shorts, right, and then
Okay.
had on like a tie-dye tank top.
Okay.
I was like, okay, hippie,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I wasn't looking too closely at him. And then as he was walking by me, something caught my eye. It was his water bottle.
Okay.
Now, I looked down, and he had what I can only describe as an extra wide mouth pickle jar for a water bottle.
Okay.
It's like nothing you could actually drink water out of. Like, it would spill all over you if you tried to tilt it and drink out of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, the mouth of the thing was like the size of a small dinner plate.
Okay.
That struck me as being very odd behavior.
Well, if he was said hippie,
Why would anybody...
recycle and reuse, dude.
Okay, but there are plenty of other types of receptacles available than pickle jars.
I bet you that guy has a Chemex.
No, you know what I thought to myself? I bet he has raw water in that jar.
What the fuck is raw water?
Do you remember the raw water craze from a few years
Is that
back?
like Giardia water?
Yes. Silicon Valley hippies decided that they were going to go out and harvest natural water to drink and try to build up their...
immune systems?
Yeah, their gut probiotics or something.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of them were landing in the hospital because they were contracting Giardia.
That sounds like a great weight loss program.
Well, I'm just saying. Is there something wrong with me that bothered me?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, the gym is a no judgment zone.
I do go to Planet Fitness.
So, we're being a little judgy.
If they hear this, will they revoke my membership?
Probably.
Okay. Now, the other thing I saw and smelled.
And smelled.
Yeah, there's this guy who, I think he's a guy. I'm assuming his gender because he is in the locker room.
In the
with
men's
me,
locker room.
Who, every time I see him, he's only dressed in full Scottish regalia. Like a kilt, like a special like shirt, the belt, all like these straps, those socks that go up to your knees, and boots. And he was changing next to me.
Oh, wait, so he was changing out of that regalia.
Out of the regalia into his gym clothes.
Like normal gym clothes, okay.
Right. Not to mention he was wearing a plaid Speedo.
Maybe he's very proud of his heritage.
Maybe.
Was that his underwear?
That was his underwear.
Sure?
Yeah, well, what else could it be?
Well, I mean, it's either Speedo would imply bathing suit.
Well, there's no pool at this place.
So maybe he was just wearing, I'm
going to ask to check next
banana.
time. I'm going to see.
Banana hammock?
I'm going to see
Was
if I
it
can
like
check.
a Utilikilt? Have you ever seen those?
It wasn't. I have seen them. I
read the reviews. Those are fun to read the reviews on.
I've never read a review of a Utilikilt, but I've seen them, and this was not it. It was like a traditional like Scottish kilt. And as he was undressing next to me and getting more and more naked, he smelled like he was from the Scottish Highlands.
Maybe he like cosplays for a living or something. There's an axe throwing place in Enfield that I just discovered.
You think he's from the axe throwing place?
Their whole shtick is it's like all Viking. It's like a Viking axe throw house.
But Vikings aren't the same as Scottish Highlanders.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think maybe you could just ask him to just tell you about his kilt next time.
Excuse me, sir.
But that would involve
Can you
actually
tell me where you got that plaid Speedo.
Yeah, but that would involve actually engaging with another person
Right,
at the
and
gym.
that's why you go to the gym, so you don't have to engage with people.
This is what I don't get about you. You like social interaction when you work out.
I know.
What about you, Murray's Keeper?
I'm half and half. I like to work out on my own at home.
Okay.
But I do enjoy the occasional gym class.
Huh.
So I do go with Stomping Jen sometimes on Friday mornings. We've got our little thing.
Okay.
And I do enjoy the social aspect of it, feeling you're part of a community.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I hate that?
I don't know.
Like if somebody talks to me, I want to jump out of my skin. So
yeah, but is that like how you feel in like all aspects or just in working out?
It's like his whole life.
Yeah, so that might be,
That's like a you thing.
I like to socialize.
Well, I like to socialize too.
Only in certain specific.
Yeah.
Under your own terms and conditions.
Yeah, there was that time, I think I told the story before here, where I was at the gym working out, and there was like a woman 2 treadmills down from me, and she kept looking at me, and finally, she was done with her workout, and she walked around the front of my treadmill, and she stopped right in front of me. I was like, oh, no. She goes, I know you. And in my mind, I'm like, fuck, I got to get out of here. Right? And then she goes, you're stomping Jen's husband. I said, yeah. She goes, I wanted to say hi.
Who was that?
I told you about her. She's like an old lady with
But didn't she say, "Oh, you're Sawtooth," right?
Yeah, she said my podcast name,
right?
Not my like real life name, right. Not my government name.
Government.
She was like, "You're Sawtooth Frank," and then I was like, "Oh." And then when she said that, I was like, "Oh, I'll talk to you now because you listen to my podcast.
Yes,
you're worth talking to.
We have a kinship now.
Yes, you're worthy of my time." And then we had a conversation. But before she revealed she listened to the podcast, I was very upset that she talked to me. Very upset. All right. Well,
I don't know what to tell you.
So you're saying basically these are my problems to deal with, these people at the gym.
I think so. Okay. Yeah.
Not sure I'm happy about that, but that's fine.
I'm sorry, but...
Okay. All right. Now... Stomping Jen.
Yes.
Is there anything else we want to talk about here?
I mean, we have more on the list. I don't know how long Murray's keeper wants to chat with us, or
I know.
If she's bored out of her mind.
Here's the problem. We're only a quarter of the way through what we've got on here.
I know.
And we're already at 40 minutes.
Oh, Jesus. How did we
talk
do
too
that?
long.
How did we do that? Hey, what would you do if you were at Barnes & Noble and a woman fainted on the ground?
This happened to us this last weekend.
This happened to
me?
us. Yeah, you.
Yeah. How would you handle it?
I would scream for someone to call 911, try to call 911, and then like see if they were breathing.
Okay.
I like it. Sometimes people faint for like weird reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not because they actually need to go away in an ambulance.
Yeah. This woman was. Yeah. Go ahead.
I would do something like to help.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I did, Murray's keeper. Stomping Jen sat where she was, and I immediately leapt. I immediately leapt into action. I ran over to the. So the woman was lying on the ground. She looked old.
Oh, she was with her daughter. Her daughter was with her.
We didn't know that at the time,
right.
But she had the woman had lost all her color. She was kind of looking around, very confused. And the woman was like bent over. So I ran over and I said, "Do you need us to call 911?" That's the first thing I said.
Yeah.
Right. And she said, "I'm doing that right now." I said, "Okay."
The daughter did, not the one who was on the ground.
Yeah. I said, "Okay, good." And then I got up and then another woman ran over and she said, "I'm a nurse."
Yeah. So then we slunk away because it seemed like
everything
was under control.
You're in good hands.
I'm not even going to try to make a joke about this. Nurses are amazing people.
They are amazing.
Like she immediately knelt down next to the woman who had fainted, took her hand and said, "My name is,
whatever her
Marie.
Name was. Yeah.
You're going to be okay. Are you diabetic?" That's the first thing she asked her. Mm-hmm. The woman was like, "Yes."
Yeah, she was like 74.
Yeah. Anyways,
I wouldn't have asked that question.
Yeah.
So I'm inept, but I would have known enough to call 911.
I don't think you're inept, but I was actually I was a little paralyzed with fear because I thought she was dying in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that is a valid fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little scared.
Yeah.
I have to admit.
Were you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but then like a crowd started forming, and then the ambulance came, and we were just like, "All right,
we slunk away.
We're getting the fuck out."
Yeah.
The store. We ran to another store.
Yeah.
Well, that was the other thing we didn't mention. I was talking about the InstantPot, and we went to Walmart after this happened, and we saw what was it? We saw the Pioneer Woman's InstantPot. The Pioneer Woman has like a whole line of appliances.
I don't know about this Pioneer Woman. I've never seen the Pioneer Woman before. I went into Walmart. Murray's mom.
She's got her own. Murray's keeper.
Murray's
keeper. She's got her own like TV show on Food Network.
She's like a Martha Stewart-esque figure.
Oh, but
not that good.
No, yeah, she's not like Martha.
But the visual aesthetic is so gaudy.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's disgusting. It may have triggered my migraine on Sunday. I'm not kidding.
So seeing the flowers on the Instagram.
Oh, so disgusting.
Yeah. I'm more of a smitten kitten.
What's a smitten kitten?
Smitten kitchen. What's the name of that other woman?
Oh, yeah, Smitten Kitchen, the tiny New York kitchen. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good
I have her
blog.
cookbook.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, much better than the Pioneer Woman.
So, Murray's Keeper, do you buy cookbooks?
I love cookbooks.
That's so interesting.
I collect them.
Do you?
I do. I mostly cook off of the internet, but I like to have cookbooks.
So
and when I have a good week and I'm recipe planning for the week, I'll use my cookbooks a lot and try to like pick out all the recipes.
Do you display them somewhere, or do you have them?
They're just on the bookshelf in my kitchen.
Okay.
So they're kind of displayed. I pare down. I get rid of like half of them.
Oh.
And then I'll collect more, and then I'll get rid of the ones I don't use.
Huh.
Okay. Do you have a favorite cookbook?
I have a few cookbooks from this website I follow, Skinny Taste.
Skinny Taste.
Skinny Taste. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like healthier versions of food, but it's not made with like fake stuff. So it's not like fat-free this and fat, it's just like less oil and different ingredients, but it's healthy. It's just a healthy cookbook. So I make a ton of stuff out of that.
Now, is raw water in this cookbook?
There's no raw water.
No raw water.
No.
Okay.
No, unfortunately.
Have you ever bought a cookbook and tried to cook stuff out of it, and it just all the stuff sucked?
Yes.
I did too. So there's this cookbook. Oh God,
the famous one?
No, well, the Moosewood cookbook. You know the one I'm talking about?
But then there's the other
those
one.
are complicated.
Yeah, but I'm no slouch in the kitchen. Let's just say that. Why are you laughing at me?
I love you.
It's not funny. You distracted me with your laughter.
That's because I do 90% of the cooking, and I have to beg you to make anything.
Oh, where's my laughter button? That's funny. So, all right. So the Moosewood cookbook. We bought that like 20 years ago.
I don't think it's the Moosewood. It's the red one, right? The red ones.
No. It's definitely the Moosewood cookbook. Let me just finish telling this real quick.
Okay. Sorry.
Every recipe I've ever tried to make out of it tastes horrible, and so I threw it away. End of story.
That was a
that's what
story.
you got to do.
Yeah.
That was a great story.
I give mine. I donate mine, but I had this one book. It was like a Jamie Oliver, Meals in Minutes, and the theory. It was like this. The theory of this book was that like. You watch this guy cook and it all looks pretty simple. And the theory, it was supposed to be like an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. And like, if you followed his recipe, you could make all three like in succession, like very simply. But it was the most confusing cookbook because it would be like, you'd be halfway through one recipe and then you'd be starting another one. And it was far too many steps. I said, I'm done.
It sounds like Hell's Kitchen.
And they have
it was terrible.
They have sous chefs they can yell at and abuse to help them.
Yeah. It's like no one's making this in 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's like
7 pages of instructions.
Yeah, it's like home improvement shows. Like, we're gonna watch us drywall this living room. See how easy that is. Yeah, we'll change a toilet and play some zippy music, right? And then you actually try to do it, and you're fucked. That's what happened to us.
And then you end up calling the plumber.
Yeah,
being like, "Can you help me finish installing?"
You take off the toilet, and you see a 35-year-old ring fused to the pipe. And you're like, oh, crap, I don't know what to do here. So
literal crap.
Put a new wax ring. Just a new wax ring.
That's right. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
You just scrape it off with a putty knife.
That's right. That's what happened.
All right. Well.
Do you have any thoughts on Kobe Bryant?
Oh, boy.
Do you want to add anything?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. You know what? Like, I don't even know what team he played for. I'm not a basketball fan.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I get the controversy. Like, I don't know. It's sad.
It's sad.
When anybody dies. Like, there's a lot of, like, just a bunch of dads with their daughters and moms with their and, like, that coat. All those people. It's a friggin' tragedy. And, yeah, I mean.
Tragedy.
It's a tragedy.
Tragedy.
It's also sad.
See that we
don't think it's a tragedy.
No, I said it was a tragedy, and then
some of
Sawtooth had to look up the definition of tragedy and be like,
"What's the
definition?
Wasn't
all right. It wasn't just stomping Jen in her defense. My colleague, my esteemed colleague, Professor Weasley, who I respect in so many ways and who has appeared on this podcast many times, claimed that it was a tragedy. Mm-hmm. I said it is certainly sad and unfortunate. Right? for lots of reasons, but I don't think it rises to the level of a tragedy.
Well, it probably does for their family.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
But-
I said
Because
the
the
exact
definition
same
of tragedy,
But
I'll read you the definition of tragedy from the dictionary.
please go ahead.
It is a noun.
Yep.
It is a noun, and it is an event causing great suffering, destruction, and distress,
See?
such as a serious accident, crime, or natural catastrophe.
See, this, yeah.
Yeah.
And right.
Yes. I said the same thing.
I will certainly acquiesce that on a subjective individual level, something like that is a tragedy, right? I think some famous asshole made a quote, right? Said, what did he say? A million deaths is a statistic. One death is a tragedy, right? The idea kind of being that to an Murray's keeper, thank you, said
Should write that down on
yeah,
this paper.
I'm gonna write it down here. Murray's mom.
No, Murray's keeper.
No, keeper.
Okay.
Get it right.
Like Murray's keeper said, to his family, it's certainly a tragedy. But the what I was pushing back against was the claim by Professor Weasley that this is a national tragedy.
I mean, I don't know. Like, when was the last time I even thought of him? Like,
right. And that
I don't know. I mean, in some circles that it's sad for them, but I don't know. I'm not like filling up my Facebook feed with like R.I.P. Kobe's. I'm also not going to go like dig up his 2003 rape case either.
Right.
But it's hard to say he was like some amazing, hero when I mean he clearly also had kind of a complex dark past as well.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Murray's aunt.
He's doing it on purpose.
So I people are complicated, right? Mm-hmm. And I do think though that there should have been a little bit more acknowledgement of that complicated past, right? And some of those darker things in his past. And yeah, I think the record will show he's done a lot to try to atone for those things.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, another friend of mine, Vape Ape, made the observation that helicopters are nature's way of killing the rich.
Oh my God.
Which I thought was cruel.
People could die anywhere in a car.
I've taken a
train.
helicopter for work before.
Yeah, there's no fucking way you'll ever get me on a helicopter. I went on one once in the Army.
Yeah.
And I nearly shit myself.
Yeah.
And threw up.
Yeah.
And I will never go on another helicopter
Oh,
again.
those like nice big ones, they're nice. I've flown them to New York City and I've flown them to Boston, and they're pretty cush. It's nice.
I don't think I was on one of those. I was on a Black Hawk.
Yeah, no.
That's like
although I did land once. I think we land on like the East River. I don't know, one of the one side of Manhattan
on purpose.
And we landed on like that's where the landing place is.
Okay.
It's like literally a trailer on the side of the river, and it's like you land in this parking lot. It's very glamorous, but it was so windy, and the helicopter was just like swaying back and forth as it landed.
God.
That one was a little iffy. Landing in Boston's much nicer because you land at like the private terminal.
Oh my God.
So,
nice.
That's very.
But we don't have those. We don't have those work parks anymore. They replaced the helicopter with a van. So
yeah,
I know somebody who we met somebody over the summer at a party who works at the same company who commutes basically from Springfield to New York. Yeah.
Yeah, from New York. They still do the helicopter to New York.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about Vape Ape's observation that helicopters are nature's way of paring down the rich.
Right.
And I read this morning that Kobe Bryant's pilot and Kobe Bryant asked for an exception to fly in this incredibly foggy weather.
Oh.
When all of the other helicopters around
They
had
were
been
all
grounded.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I began thinking to myself, okay, well that is privileged multi-millionaire thinking. Right?
Maybe. I mean, but they also said it's not that uncommon that people ask for it. It's not really recommended, but
I don't know.
I know.
I don't think that's why. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, do you crash because it's foggy, or do you crash because there's something wrong with your engine?
No, they crashed because it was foggy.
Yeah,
Into the hills. Yeah, like into the hills. They like misjudged. They couldn't like see.
Yeah, the pilot apparently
he got turned around.
Turned around, just like JFK Jr. did.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't in a helicopter. I think it's those small private. Maybe it's just private planes.
Yeah, let's just
small
ban the private
engine.
planes. Everybody should take those big commercial jets.
Well, what I think happens is, from what I understand from the little bit of reading and listening I did about JFK Jr.'s thing, in any kind of aircraft, when it's foggy like that and you lose sight of the horizon,
right? You can't.
You get
up,
fucking turned around really quickly and get disoriented, and you have unless you are like incredibly expert at flying by instruments, you're fucked. And because without the horizon as a guideline,
right? Like
you said, you get just
fucked,
turned a million ways. Anyways, yeah, but you know what? I don't want to say I'm glad. I am kind of grateful though that it took some attention off this fucking impeachment bullshit. So, but. Anyways,
paying attention to that.
Anyways, I am sad for the man's family. I'm sad for the people who found inspiration in him as a figure.
Well, there's all those other people too. There's like that one family there. Where it was like the mother, the father,
and one of the daughters,
and a daughter, and they had two other kids at home.
Two other kids at home.
Thank you, Murray's mom.
So sad.
Murray's keeper. Sorry, that one wasn't on purpose. Thank you, Murray's keeper, for mentioning the other people.
Yes. Very sad.
I didn't do it.
Yeah. It was, just like a complete aside. So we all have a mutual friend whose mother works at the Basketball Hall of Fame, and he was supposed to be inducted.
Oh.
And so like everything they've been planning for like over a year has just been.
Well, maybe they'll induct him like in memoriam or something.
I think they will. They will.
They definitely will.
But she mentioned.
I bet his family will go, right?
Yeah,
his family will still go.
Yeah. So
now his wife sounds like an incredibly smart woman because apparently she had a rule.
They had a rule, yeah,
where she would never fly in a helicopter with him. Like the two of them couldn't be in a helicopter at the same time.
Yeah. I worry about that all the time when like the kids are at school and you and I are traveling together.
Yeah, I do too. It crosses my mind.
What the fuck would happen? We have no will.
They'd go to the state.
Be fucked up.
No,
she enacts what a lot of like large corporations do. I mean, it's the same kind of thing. You can only have so many executives on a plane.
Yeah.
You can't put them on the same flights. You got to all fly separate.
Yeah.
How many snakes can you have on a plane?
I don't know, but
I don't know.
Is there coronavirus that follows the snakes on the plane?
Well, I did have this on the list to talk about. Is this snake flu? Do you have any thoughts about this coronavirus, Murray's keeper?
No.
None at all? I have some thoughts about it.
I've not been following it. I know that it's like made its way here. I know it's catchy, but where did it come from? People making snake soup or like?
It's worse than that. It came from people in
China. Wuhan at the market.
Yeah, eating weird.
They're buying live exotic animals to eat because that's considered like a status symbol.
Yeah, and eating them alive a lot of the time.
Yeah, no, it's
and not cooking them.
This is like a culture thing I don't get.
Yeah.
Like
I'm beginning to reconsider the idea that we send our children to this Chinese immersion school so they can learn Mandarin.
I've been to China.
You've been to China?
Yeah. I went years ago. Like,
did you eat any live snakes?
I went 15 years ago. I ate a lot of weird shit because I love to eat like weird food, but I didn't eat anything alive. But I ate almost everything that I was presented, and I ate a bunch of street food because that's always the best stuff. But nothing like totally obscure. Like I ate like chicken feet.
Yeah.
And I had
those
some
are
like
delicious.
some weird fish, and I ate,
I love all that shit too.
It was some weird stuff, but I didn't eat anything like, any animal that I couldn't really get at home. It's just different,
different parts,
different kinds of
said
fish.
animal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Didn't we get like duck feet at Hot Pot? Or
If I was
something?
presented with like a live snake to eat, I don't think I would eat that.
Yeah,
No,
no.
I'd be like, fuck off. I mean, at least go cook it, parboil it, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flash fry it.
Yeah.
Do
That's how you
something.
get sick.
So how many cases are now in the U.S.? It went from like 1 to like 3.
I think they're monitoring.
Now there's like 30.
They're monitoring like over 20 people.
Yeah. Our school sent out a notification about it today.
Yeah. Now, Murray's Keeper, our 12-year-old son, what's his name?
Ted.
Ted is reading The Stand by Stephen King right now.
Oh my God.
Have you read that book?
No, but isn't that book like
it's 1,000
like a
pages.
dictionary? Isn't it like 1,000?
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
he has 140 pages left.
He's convinced we're on the brink of an apocalypse.
Yeah.
He's probably right.
Yeah, probably.
We're getting sick from snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
What a way to go down from eating like as a civilization, because people couldn't cook their fucking snakes before they ate them.
And then we're drinking the raw water.
Yeah, I'd rather go out by a nuclear war or an asteroid or, something else, not from eating fucking live animals. Ugh. It just seems shameful to me somehow.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Or think of how strong you'd feel after eating that animal.
Right? Like that's the whole thing. You assume the traits of the animal or something.
Oh.
That's like,
I don't know. It's a whole cultural thing.
Yeah.
It's like status, and I don't know. I listened to a little bit about it on NPR, but
yeah, I'm not sure I can get behind it.
No, I mean, I don't think that's, you're not going to be picking that up. You don't like talking to people in the gym. You're certainly not going to start eating raw animals.
That's true.
Oh, boy.
I will confess, I went on Amazon 2 days ago and tried to purchase surgical masks.
They're sold out.
Yeah?
They were sold out. They were sold out. I couldn't get any.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
No.
I couldn't get it.
You can probably just make one at home.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do a bandana or something. I'm glad we have a long driveway. Do you want to know why?
Please tell me.
Because when the apocalypse comes, we'll be able to see marauders coming.
What if they come through the back?
Oh, shit. I didn't think of that.
They can come from all sides.
Yeah.
And we do have that pod dog who likes to
The pod dog. Now, Murray's Keeper, you live next to a farm.
Yeah.
And proximity to animals seems to be a cause of this virus.
Uh-oh.
Do you have any concerns about a possible
contamination from the farm?
These animals aren't going. They're all like caged. It's like a bunch of chickens and horses.
Interesting.
And they're not importing them. Should I be worried?
Well,
do you think I should be worried?
I might be up at night worrying about a pandemic starting in the yard next to me, but that's just me.
Great.
All right.
You're full of optimism there.
Yeah. All right, Stomping Jen. What else?
Yeah. I don't know. We've reached the end of the news and the shout-outs.
Yeah, this was the longest news segment we've ever done.
I'm not sure if that's true.
The longest news segment, not the longest podcast.
No, that's what I mean. We've had long news.
We've had longer news segments?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I had I don't know if that's. I wanted to ask you about what Roger Waters tickets you wanted to get.
We don't need to do that on the stupid podcast.
I don't know if that's a news or a shout-out.
Nobody wants to know about that. Let's move on from that.
All right, fine.
All right.
That's fine. All right.
What do you want to do, co-host?
Well, we have our list, and then we have all the stuff that we're entertaining ourselves with.
Yeah.
Murray's Keeper, do you have anything to add? Are you done with us?
I think I need to go. It's almost my bedtime.
I know, it's late.
Well, listen, Murray's Keeper. I think this was a solid first appearance.
Thank you.
I don't see much room for improvement. Do you, Stomping Jen?
No. We had a great conversation about natural release.
Yeah. Oh, we're back to the InstantPot, are we?
She's not going to let that one. She loves that InstantPot.
I'm scared.
Manual release.
A manual.
Which thing are we talking about? The InstantPot or?
Well,
The
that is the
Chemex?
Instant Pot. Yeah.
All right.
Or the Chemex
And the
blooming.
Chemex. We
All
talked
right.
about it all.
All right. We did talk about it all. So we hope you'll come back. This is funner in person, by the way.
Yes.
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yes. With lots of drinks to imbibe. And
Yeah, what are you drinking tonight?
well, we had some cowboy coffee with Bailey's. In it.
Coffee and Bailey's. So we're ramped up.
Because we're.
Wow. Yeah, no. I drank some red wine to get ready, so we're
Oh,
good.
yeah. You're like the opposite.
Well, we hope you'll come back. We do.
Okay, I will.
In person or on the phone.
Okay.
Murray's
I'll be back.
Murray's keeper passes the test. I'm going to give you the sound of approval. You won't be able to hear it. All right. And
All
with
right.
that,
All right.
with that, Murray's keeper,
Thank you.
we will say
Have a great
thank
night,
you.
guys.
All
Have a
right.
great night.
You too. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye now. All right. Well, that was Murray's keeper.
That was Murray's keeper.
She's probably regretting coming on
The,
there,
the keeper of Murray's.
right?
Why? Why do you say that?
I think everybody hates coming on our
They
podcast.
would not agree and stay on if they were not having a great time with us.
But what I'm saying is she was new. We were feeling out the interaction.
Yeah.
The first time somebody comes on, I always feel a little awkward,
It's a little virgin podcasting.
you know,
Uh-huh.
because this sawtooth isn't necessarily the person I am outside of here.
Right. Are you
All the
Are you
time.
nervous about exposing
No,
the mixing of the worlds?
I don't care about the mixing of the worlds per se. It's just, I don't know.
What are you concerned about? Well, this is a good introduction to the new podcast you have coming in March.
All right, should we advertise it?
Sure.
Yep, coming next month. We're going to be recording soon. We're lining up dates. I announced it. I announced it last week. My new podcast. Okay, it's going to be an episode by episode review of Land of the Lost, the show from the 1970s. We're also going to do other content, and the we are going to be myself, not Stomping Jen, my brother, Hogshank. That's his name. Hogshank. And Chris. I tried to give him a podcast name. He didn't want one.
Nice. Cool.
He said Chris. All right,
Right.
so Chris, fine.
Chris.
You'll be the only one without a
pseudonym.
without a silly name.
All right.
But he can be Chris.
All right. Where's your theme song?
All right, I'm gonna play the teaser.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
I am.
Stomping Jen.
I am on the edge of my seat.
Okay, here we go. Greetings. Welcome to Routine Expedition. That's me, by the way.
Yeah, I could tell.
Okay.
Thanks.
A Land of the Lost podcast. I am one of your hosts, Sawtooth Frank, and we're really excited to be kicking off this show. It is a show and podcast about... Now, should we stop and examine whether or not this is a show? All right, here we go. Land of the Lost by fans of Land of the Lost. Have you not heard this before? It's terrible. Go ahead. For fans of Land of the Lost.
Oh boy.
We're going to talk about every episode of Land of the Lost.
You have this
We're going to be
written down?
talking about Land of the
No.
Lost
You didn't have it
toys,
scripted?
Land of the Lost
Oh.
books. We're going to be talking about that Land of the Lost movie. We're going to be launching in March 2020. In the meantime, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook under Routine Expedition, a Land of the Lost podcast. I will also say this is the first time I was using my new microphone, and it sounds shitty. So, anyways. And we invite you to send us direct messages, leave us comments, tell us what you want to see on the show, ask us questions. We want you to be part of the show
I think you should
by
script
engaging
yourself.
with us.
No.
And we look forward to
I'm better unscripted.
hearing from you. So,
I think you should try it scripted.
in the meantime, before we launch in March, if you want
The whole
updates
show?
No,
on
the
the
promos
progress
that you do.
of the podcast
Yeah, I
launch,
agree.
you can tune into my other show.
I'm sick of
That
listening
is
to
the
this.
Soft Serve podcast.
Fuck you.
You can find us on
It's
Apple,
a very long
Stitcher,
promo.
Spotify,
Aren't promos
Google
supposed to be short?
Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And I'll be
Podcast,
providing
show,
regular
show,
updates
show.
on the progress.
Right, March
towards
2020.
launch
You
of
try to do
Routine
this shit off the
Expedition.
top of your head.
So,
Don't do it off the top of your head. That's
Pile
my
in
point.
your little yellow rafts and head on down that river, and we will see you 1,000 feet below.
That was clever.
Bye
You
now.
should figure out what the pieces are that you actually want to say and make it like 15 seconds or 20 seconds.
So I just want to point out this music
Yes.
was written for the show
I
by our
heard.
friend
Michael Stewart.
Joshua Michael Stewart.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you'll be mentioned on every show, Joshua.
Excellent. Will he be a guest? Is he interested?
I don't think he's interested in being on the show.
All right.
All right.
Enough.
So that's coming in March. So do I need to tell people it's a show about the show for Land of the Lost? No, seriously. Please go find it on Apple Podcasts or wherever the hell you listen to your podcasts, please, and subscribe to it. Okay?
Okay.
Preach.
Preach.
All right.
What else we
I
got
think we
here?
should quit. We're at an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't want to do a list this week.
All right. You didn't like the list anyway.
All right, you did it, so you go ahead.
I didn't.
Just read the list.
All right.
Hold on.
Jesus
Which
Christ.
one is it?
I love
This
how you're
one?
like, we're not going to do it, but
No.
here we are. We're doing it.
Devine, Diana, Estonie,
Pretty long list. Pretty long list. Is
I'll
my
say-
list actually?
I don't have a list. I didn't
I
do
see
it.
things written there.
You see last week's because I used Sharpie.
No. Oh, okay. I see.
I'm not.
All right.
I'm protesting this
All
stupid.
right. So I just
fucking
want to
list.
say that coincidentally,
Go ahead.
unplanned. So this is list 46.
From the 52 lists for happiness.
Right. It is list one achievement, big or small, every day this week. So if you've been listening, you know that we do these lists right before we do the podcast. So we didn't know that we were supposed to do one every day. But funnily enough, the picture, sometimes there's some accompanying pictures on these pages.
Yeah.
And the picture for this one happens to be
A Chemex,
a Chemex,
a gooseneck tea kettle,
a gooseneck tea kettle, and a mug.
and a mug. That's
which
crazy.
I thought was the funniest thing ever.
What is the universe trying to tell us?
I don't know.
I think it's trying to tell us something.
Yes. So, without reading any further instructions and without having done it every day this week, I thought to myself, what are the achievements that I've accomplished this week? So
Accomplished.
here's what I wrote down.
What did you accomplish?
So I got up, I got dressed,
I got up, I get down, I jump around. Go ahead.
I worked,
Okay.
I got the children to things on time.
Isn't that the shit you're supposed to do?
I cooked dinner.
But how are those achievements?
I went to exercise class and I connected with people. But if you look, it says take action. Every achievement is valuable. Take pride in your choices, efforts, and achievements, whether they are as simple as getting out of bed
Oh.
or as complex as solving world hunger.
Did you just say solving oral hunger?
world.
Oh.
All right. So you don't have anything on your list? Do you want to do it
I
off
literally-
the cuff, unscripted? Can you do it? You said you were better unscripted.
Oh,
So
I'm a better unscripted baby.
maybe you need some manual release.
It's a manual release?
Is that an achievement? Big or small?
I think it moved.
Oh, boy.
Say manual release again, please.
All right. You ready
For manual release.
for list 46?
All right. What is it again? List one achievement, big or small, happy or tall,
Mm-hmm.
little or big. Well,
Jiggity jig.
this week, all right, I did all that shit you did.
Yeah.
I woke up.
Yeah.
I got to work on time.
Mm-hmm.
I went to work. I didn't, how do I want to say this? I didn't assault anybody in the process of doing my work.
Great.
I kept my cool.
That's important.
I hate this list. I'm not doing it.
Oh my God. You almost smashed the kitty.
I'm not doing it. I quit the list.
All right,
That's the end of the list.
Right.
Devine Diana Остани
I'm protesting this week's list.
You really did not like that list, huh?
It'll be back next week, the list.
Easy boy.
All right. Do we have anything else we want to cover here? How are we entertaining ourselves?
Yeah.
All right. Do I need to roll into that bumper?
What language is that?
It's like some kind of Nordic language. For he is a coward. Is a coward.
Is that Gladiator?
I have no idea what it is. Some thing I got for free on the internet. So, all right, Stomping Jen, lead us.
What?
What are we watching?
I don't know. Space Unicorn and I watched Up, which
You
made
cried.
me bawl.
Now, what made you cry? You want to talk a little bit about that for us?
Everything.
Yeah, but
I don't want to ruin the movie
how are you going to ruin the movie?
for others.
It's like 10 years old.
I know. It's
How
sad.
you...
It's a sad movie.
But what made you...
Don't play that music.
Tell me when you were watching it. What struck you?
It's designed like most Pixar movies are designed to pull on every single emotional string in your head and heart.
What's the name of that fucking bird that likes chocolate?
Kevin?
Yeah. Did Kevin make you cry?
No.
What made you cry?
It's just all about the Carl and Ellie and
Which one's Carl?
letting go. The old man.
Oh. What did he need to let go of?
Like the whole movie is about he meets his wife when
Right.
they're young children. They have this love
Yeah.
of the same character. They have this
Yeah.
dream to go to South America.
Yeah. Do they make it to
an
South
adventure,
America?
and they never go. And he like buys her plane tickets when they're old, when he realizes that they never did anything. and then she gets sick and she dies.
Oh, man.
And then all of
That is horrible.
And then the house that they lived in together, that they did everything together in, is being developed around, and they want to buy his house, and he doesn't want to sell, and they want him to go to retirement, and he has no family because they couldn't have children.
Right.
They only had each other,
Yeah.
and so instead of going to the retirement home, he was a balloon man at the zoo like his whole life.
Right.
So he like fills up all these balloons, and when they come to take him to the retirement house, he lets all the balloons go, and the house lifts away. And
then there's a little kid trapped in it,
there's a little
right?
kid trapped that he ends up connecting with, and he ends up connecting with the dog and the bird on the island because they end up in South America.
Is his wife there?
No, his wife is dead. It's sad, but this is. So the whole beginning part of the movie gets you because they show their entire relationship.
Right.
And her dying.
Yeah.
And, when they meet as children, I started crying immediately because I knew she was going to die.
Did she die from the snake flu?
No. And then, lots of adventures ensue in South America.
Yeah.
But one of the things that happens is that she had a book, like the adventure book, and it was like things that she was going to do.
Yeah.
Like all the adventures that she was going to have when she was 10.
Yeah.
When she was older. And you see her when she's on her deathbed, give it to him and be like, okay, it's your turn to go have adventures. Like, you take the book now.
It's kind of selfish of her.
No, because they never... But this was the sad part at the end that made me cry again.
Yeah.
Is he never noticed until he opened the book and he was looking at it towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
she had filled the back pages. He thought they were empty and blank,
Yeah.
but they weren't.
What was on the back pages?
She had filled them with all their pictures of their lives together. Like all the things that they did together. Like all the mundane things. They had their own adventure. Oh, you're going to make me cry. You did this on purpose so I would cry. I know you.
You are crying.
And you're tearing up.
I love you so much.
It's sad.
Their life together was an adventure.
Right. So anyways. And stop. Okay, so talk about Picard. We saw Picard.
She's wiping her eyes with the tissue.
Stop, you're the worst. I love that you induce me. You really are the worst.
Boy, victory is mine. Oh, I love you. You know I love you. Mm-hmm. What do I tell you?
Mm-hmm. I have a big heart. Okay.
I love you because you have a big heart.
And I love it that, like, you know, I'm sitting next to Space Unicorn on the couch and she, like, I'm bawling and she just keeps looking up at me and then she's crying. But not as hard as me, obviously, because I'm just ridiculous.
You're not ridiculous. I love you.
All right. So then we saw Picard.
Yeah, we liked it.
Yeah.
A lot of people complaining about it.
I didn't think it was bad.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
A lot of setup, but you need to because it's like 20 years after the end of whatever the last thing he was in.
To all you people complaining about it, quit being cynical douchebags.
Yeah. And then what else did we
And just
watch?
fucking enjoy something for once. God, I'm so sick of people complaining.
Yeah. We watched The Outsider, the first 3 episodes. It's like a 10 episode series.
Like, it's okay. It's just dense.
It is dense.
Like, and it's so fucking moody and gloomy.
I read a review piece of it about it because it's based on a Stephen King novel.
Yeah.
And how it deviates from the book.
Yeah.
And that they made it a lot like more darker.
I did not
and
read that.
I don't remember reading the book either, so I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know when the book came out. And then we watched a couple episodes of the CBS version of the Twilight Zone.
I'm really enjoying that. I know you think it's corny.
Super well, last night's episode was super corny.
Yeah.
Episode 3.
And we're going to go watch an episode in a few minutes.
The rest of this is all you. I have no
Because I'm
idea
all
what any
jacked
of
up
this
on coffee.
I don't know what any of this
No, I
is.
just wanted to mention I started listening to, because I don't stay up that late. I mean, late enough to watch The Daily Show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
I started listening to The Daily Show with Trevor Noah podcast.
Yep.
And it's great. I get to listen to The Daily Show now.
Yeah.
So I just want to recommend that to people. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still listening to Truth and Lies, Jeffrey Epstein. It's about that fucking creep who hung himself. That billionaire sexual predator.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. And another one, if you like true crime, is called Monster DC Sniper. I like that. Mm-hmm. That's all we got.
Actually, I just want to mention really quickly.
Go ahead.
Season 2 of Shrill came out on Hulu.
Shrill?
And I watched that. I watched
Shrill.
Season 1 and Season 2
all right,
by
Shrill.
myself.
Okay.
Because they are literally 20-minute episodes. So the first time I watched Season 1, it came out and I like binge watched it. I didn't realize I had gone through like every episode.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly because they're 20-minute episodes.
Shrill.
Shrill.
Okay.
It's 80 Bryant from SNL.
I don't know what that is.
She's a woman. She's a plus-sized human. And the series centers around her.
Why you gotta categorize her?
No, I mean, the series is about her being like fat, but
Fat?
yes, like she writes an article.
Fat?
She's a
Did you just say fat?
She is a journalist in
Excuse me.
Stop. She's a journalist in a magazine. She writes an article, says I'm fat. And she like claims
She is a self-hating plus-sized woman.
oh my God. Anyways,
Fat.
there's a lot of good stuff in there. I liked it.
Okay. That's called
It's very easy to watch. Shrill.
Shrill.
Yeah. They also have they have sex scenes.
Why didn't they call it fat?
Oh my God. Anyways.
They have sex scenes. Go on.
And other things. I like.
Are they sex scenes? Well, what did you want to say about that? Why did you mention that?
I don't know. I'm watching the cat eat a piece of paper over there.
Are they good sex scenes?
No, I mean, they're just sex scenes.
You know, George Michael said,
Everybody.
sex is natural.
Sex is good. Not everybody does it, but everybody should.
I think he was wrong about that. Because he is not taking into account asexuals. He is saying that people who do not have any sexual feelings or desires, and they exist.
Yep.
He's saying that they're wrong. So, fuck you, George Michael.
Well, he's dead.
Well,
Don't be.
maybe
hating on
he
dead
shouldn't
people.
have been so judgmental
Stop
about sex
enough.
and who should have it and who shouldn't.
All right. I think we're done.
All right. So, on that note,
Let's put a pin on it.
fuck you, George Michael.
Don't be mean.
Download, subscribe, please. If you've made it this far, though you probably bailed at the Chemex conversation, I'll be honest. Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
No.
All right. Well, except
Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
we'll see you on the flip side, and hit us up on social media. Soft Serve Podcasts. We're on the Insta. We're on the Facebook.
Are you tweeting?
I don't tweet that much.
I
Fuck
don't tweet.
tweeting.
I
All
never
right.
tweet. I don't know what tweeting is.
All right, everybody. And thanks to Murray's Keeper for coming on. We enjoyed having you.
Yeah.
You were a good guest.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks to Joshua Michael Stewart for writing the music to my new podcast, Routine Expedition. Look for that in March. And bye now.
Bye now.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. America knows that this world of ours, ever growing smaller, must avoid becoming a community of dreadful fear and hate. Those who have freedom will understand also its heavy responsibility. That all who are insensitive to the needs of others will learn charity, and that the sources, scourges of poverty, disease, and ignorance will be made disappear from the earth. And that in the goodness of time, all peoples will come to live together in a peace guaranteed